going on, everybody? So welcome to this very channel. So right now I have decided I'm going to do a tier list for you guys. It's actually going to be Eurovision Song Contest 2020 tier list. All songs from all competing nations way back when. So a few tidbits about the contest. This is actually a rather boring contest to check out. Mainly because of the fact that the audience looks completely dead. The hosts are just... They're like hand warmers, or they're like, yeah, they're basically extremely boring. One of them is a lawyer, one of them hosted the contest, won the contest back in the previous year, 2011. So yeah, the audience looks completely dead because half of them tried to stay awake, and so were the delegations. I don't really think this is a great contest to look back at. Sure, it had one of the most revolutionary winners out there, Euphoria with Loreen. But you know, aside from that, if you want to take a contest and you want to try to make it look amazing and cool, well, just don't do it the way the Azerbaijan government did it. This is actually not a great contest. Now, the songs themselves, it's kind of mixed quality. I really think it's like a massively successful year. There are reasons to like certain songs, but at the same time, there isn't really enough. So, I will be ranking them on a tier list. Let's get to it. Alright, so here we got the tier list. So we got 42 different countries. So we're going to hurry up a little bit. Alright, we're kicking this off by taking a look at let's see here. Montenegro, Evro Nevro. It's Rambo Amadeus. This one is not that great. This was supposed to be critique or satire, whereas doing criticism towards the European Union because of the fact that Eastern Europe is kind of, well, they are not the nicest towards Eastern Europeans. The message didn't really come through, and I would say, because it was kind of silly, I do think that the EBU will let it through, because I do think that if it was too serious where people understood, I think they will probably just try to censor the entry, or just hoping they will actually listen. But you know, they don't, so this one gets a D tier. It's just really silly in the worst way possible. Alright. Next up, we're moving over to Iceland. Never forget, A tier. Yeah, I like this song a lot. I have listened to it multiple times, and when I'm in the mood to listen to something that sounds like more authentic, like cultural Disney movie music, that's what I listen to. Alright, Greece. Elfe Tirja Elfe Furiu. Okay, so that one is Greece. This is actually kind of a sad entry. It is the last time where Greece went all in on sending a Greek cultural dance song. Because after this, they stopped. Not only because, well, probably because they started to really poorly. Now, they have recovered in recent times, so, you know, that's something, I guess. Alright, this one gets a B tier. Fun fact, this actually did really well with the televote, but ended that awfully with the jury. So, you know, kind of sad. Alright, Latvia, Emery, beautiful song. This is one of the most ironic lyrics in the entire contest history. Because it's one of these where it's so on the nose, it makes me weep. Or it's so annoying. I mean, after all, I will actually just quote some of the lyrics. Beautiful song, it's in the TV shows, it's on the radio, and plays on and on. And given the fact that Anne-Marie just puts down the phone when Mick Jagger calls her, that is just an extremely weird thing. I will actually, because of the fact that she has amazing vocals, be kind and place it at D tier, but that's not going to last. Alright, Albania, Runa Nishlu, with Sas, or Sus, or however you want to pronounce it. This one is Albania's best result. All credit to them for that. Kind of sad, or not really sad, but you know, I don't know. I don't really know if this is like one of my favorite entries. I would say this, she got amazing vocals, but the song isn't anything I will go back to. I think the song is about how there's so much crap going on in this world, so there's no use to do anything but cry. Or at least that's what certain people feel, maybe her. Alright, next up is Romania. Mandinga with Salala every day, everybody. This one is really good. Now, do I think it's one of my favorites? No. But it gets a B tier. Alright, Switzerland, Sin Plus, Unbreakable. The Vase is unbreakable. It's not. But you know,
I think this is a good arena song. He delivers it extremely passionately. I do think he had to learn English before the contest began. And impressive work. There has been worse cases of contestants have been forced to learn a different language and then messing up completely. So yeah, A tier. Alright, Belgium. Okay, now we're moving on to Finland. Pernilla Karlsson. När jag blundar. When I'm closing my eyes. Yeah, blundar. There's no such thing as blundar. Translation in English, sadly. Alright, this one is an A tier. Because it's beautiful, it sounds really pretty. The Finnish-Swedish fits really well. Now, I don't know exactly if she had a major chance to qualify with anyone, either with the jurors or the televote, but she got 12 points with 12th place with 41 points. Congratulations to her. Alright, Israel, time. F tier. Next up is San Marino. So, San Marino at the time sent Valentina Monetta. Yeah, Monetta. She is an icon. Now, Sam said she appeared way too many times. I would say she has appeared maybe a few too many times. She has appeared 4 times ever since San Marino debuted in 2008. This one is ironic. I think it's bad, but ironic. It's one of these songs that you listen to ironically. So I'm placing this at a C class, as a C at this list, because, well, I do it out of principle because it's an ironically named song, and it's like, originally the song was known as Oh Facebook, but they had to change it because it was advertising Facebook. You know, this was really before like Twitter took off and before Instagram and TikTok. So, you know, that was that. This was some time ago. All right, we got Cyprus. I remember this actually, not really because I knew about it beforehand, but you know, this is one of these that sticks around. It is a pop entry, which to me is a bit better than Greece. Now, she was one of the favorites to win, which I absolutely respect for, but she failed live, and it was to me an entry that was performed really well with bad vocals. So, out of respect, I will place this at a B class, because I do think with more energy, as in a better time on the clock, and I would say she would do really well. She was 18 at the time, because this was at a time when all the 1990s people born in the early 1990s, they were young adults or teenagers, which I don't really know if I actually feel old, but at the same time, I do remember at the time being like, whoa, because yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, so B tier for her. Denmark should have known better. They should have known better than to send a forgettable entry. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't really like Denmark this year. It's supposed to be emotional, it's supposed to be heartbreaking, but there isn't that much to really be heartbroken about. It is one of these entries where there is it's more or less an acoustic pop song. I think the song is okay, the performance is fine, but it's nothing revolutionary. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. So I will actually play this at a C tier. Yeah, by the way, I think it's perfectly fine. Alright, Party for Everybody with Russia. I'm sorry, but I just don't really like this entry. I don't really care much about it. It came in second place, and if I remember right, based on what ESC Tom said, ESC Gabe, they would get second place in the final, and they would get 11 points behind Sweden that ended up winning the contest. So yeah, the fans absolutely loved it, and I have immense respect for that. But you know, I'm placing this at F tier. Alright, Hungary. Sound of Our Hearts with Compact Disco. They don't really have a compact disco on stage. They're performing it really well, and you know, we might get a return of Hungary soon enough. So if that is it, great. I'm going to give Hungary on this list. I will just be looking for it. Let's see here. Red, white, and yeah, here we go. All right, Hungary, B tier. It's quite decent. All right, Austria, Traxitas, Wukit mit dein Pupu. That one took last place at 8 points at 18th place. I like this entry more than most others because the song itself was performed really well live, and many consider this to be an absolutely shameful Austrian entry. I would say it's decent. So yeah, do I want to listen to this all the time? No, I don't. Do I get happy when I watch the live performance? Yes. So I will be placing this at a C tier. Alright, Moldova, Pasha Periphery, Lautar. This is like one of these songs that you not listen to in the studio because it's such a long beginning. It's not really like a gym song, it's not really a crybaby song. It's one of these that has next to no place in the studio. Performed live, it's great, but at the same time, this is not like Austria where you can get pumped. That's why I place it at a C tier. So yeah, Moldova, because of the fact that I don't really want to listen to this song if I don't actively look for it, which doesn't really happen that often. I would give it a D tier, an F tier if I didn't like the song, which I do, but not enough to actually place it any further. Alright, Ireland, Waterline with Jedward. I definitely do like Jedward. It's really sad that they haven't made any major appearances since a while back. Yeah, B tier, no doubt about it. Alright, that was all of the songs from the first semifinal. I would say this list is decent. There isn't really any major stinkers, and neither is there anything that's like groundbreakingly great in this semifinal. Alright, now we're moving on to the second semifinal. And we're kicking off with Zeljinko Jokishmovits. Alright. This one is the guy that wrote is the one that wrote the entry in 2006 for Bosnia Herzegovina. He does get Balkan Ballad. And to be honest, I think we sort of miss it. Do I think it's beautiful? Yes. Do I want to listen to it? I would say yeah, A tier. Alright, Macedonia, Calliope, Zrinu Ibelu. She performs the fuck out of this song and she's amazing on stage. She's like the Macedonian response to Carola. I mean, this is like a diva in the contest that never really gained traction because of the fact that Macedonia, sadly, it's Macedonia. They haven't done that well in the contest. And the day they return, I hope they can improve the results. But you know, I'm going actually with an A tier. She's great. She sells the song like nobody else. Alright, Netherlands, Johan Franca, You and Me. I definitely do think it's an extremely stereotypical country song. I don't really think it's that great. But I do know that she suffered a lot. I would not really go that much in detail into this, but I do know that her manager, during the national final as well as in Baku, she was treated really poorly. I think, yeah, I will actually quote something that she said. She said years after all this happened in the interview. She got salad when she wanted fries. The song itself is kind of pretty. I don't actually think it's that bad. But at the same time, it's right you on the nose, which gives me a C tier. Yeah. Okay, Kurt Kalea, This Is the Night. Okay, this one goes up in S tier. This is the very first entry I listened to. Wait a second. Okay. I definitely love this. It's absolutely breathtaking. I love the song. This is the first Eurovision entry from this year I listened to. Therefore, it's like an A tier for it. Absolutely no contest. Belarus, Light Sound, We Are the Heroes. Spelled wrong because they're so cool. Belarus, well, this one is fine. But you know, it's like really poor English. They don't really perform it they perform it professionally, but you know, it's not like professionally as in like, whoa, they are absolutely fantastic. They're performing in the way they should, energy, but at the same time, dead audience because of the late hours. So yeah, D tier for Belarus. Alright, Portugal, Filipa Sousa, Vidma Mina. Okay, Portugal, well, I would say this, it's a fine song. It's pretty, she performs it well. It doesn't stand out in any way, shape, or form. And, you know, based on the preference itself, C tier. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Ukraine, Gaitala, Be My Guest. I absolutely love her energy, her vocals. Now, a lot of people are saying nowadays that Ukraine, they just qualify because of that. But to be honest, if this was televoting only back this year, Ukraine would actually be voted off. The juries absolutely loved her vocals and energy. She got like, I think top 3 with the juries and then a bottom 4 with the televote. So yeah, Ukraine, you weren't as invincible as some people may want to think. So where are you? Where are you? Let's see here. Ukraine, blue, yellow. Yeah, here it is. So yeah, B tier, because I like this song. She's performed it well, but it's not really my taste. But you know, all the respect for her everything amazingly. Oh yeah, by the way, before you would ask, my criteria varies from time to time, so it's not like I have like a set in stone criteria like the juries, because I do feel like if that were to be the case, it would be kind of boring. So my preferences differs depending on the feeling of the song. All right, we have after that Bulgaria, Love Unlimited Limited. I do know that a lot of Eurovision fans who has heard the song absolutely love it, and I think it's decent. It's nothing revolutionary, but she's cool on stage. She performs it really well. So yeah, like I said, my preferences differs a little bit. So I will therefore give it a B tier. I do feel like if I was at a Eurovision dance floor, I could probably put it at A tier. But for now, this one gets a B tier. All right, Slovenia, Eva Buto. I don't think this one really holds up. It's really boring. It's nothing special. She was born in 1995, so end of January. So she was 17 at the time. But Slovenia, all credit to her. She performed it fine enough, but nothing special. F tier. I'm sorry. Okay, Croatia, Nina Brajic, Nebo. This was at a time when they sent Balkan ballads. This was before Baby Lasagna, before Lighthouse. Listen, I don't remember anything about this despite watching a recap just before making this video. So I will sadly place Croatia at a D tier. And that's like the worst sin. If you don't remember the song, well then it's just not that great. So yeah, we got Croatia. Sweden, Euphoria with Loreen. Should I have? Yeah, I'm gonna throw out the controversial comment. I don't think Euphoria is that great despite being Swedish. Because the thing is, I sort of think Sweden sort of changed the trajectory of the contest for the worst. Now, I'm not saying that this was bad. She performed it amazingly. But I do feel like she sort of changed the trajectory of the contest. Because going all in on weird entries, not really joke entries, but just differing sounds, felt like it suffered. This was the last array when we got a traditional Balkan ballad, which to me is somewhat shameful, which is to me is kind of sad. And it was at the point when countries began to realize that sending performances, that it was just as important as the song, which meant that several countries just couldn't really afford being in the contest. Now, I don't really think if that is actually like true, but I just get the feeling that that is the case. So yeah, C tier, because I don't really like this song that much. I think it's kind of boring. I do like Tattoo a bit more, but at the same time, Loreen is not the kind of artist I listen to in my headphones while anywhere. So yeah, sorry. Okay, Georgia. And Andri Yuka Hazde. I'm a joker. He was not joking on stage. He took it extremely seriously. He had immense stage presence. He was extremely strong with great vocals. He was qualified with the juries, but the televote lowered him. So yeah, B tier. Alright, we got Turkey. Khan eller Nam or Khan or Jan, Love Me Back. This was the last Turkish entry, and it was extremely popular with the televote, but the juries slaughtered it. I have no reason to give this one other than a B tier, because I do think it's a great song. It's one of these that I can actually go back and listen to. Alright, Estonia, Ut Lepland, Kula, listen. Listen to me, you guys. This one gets a C. Yeah, this one gets a. Let's see, where is the Estonian flag? Let's see here. Yeah, Estonian flag. This one gets a C. This one gets a B tier. I can actually listen to this without the contest, which is like the best thing you can really say about an entry. It's not really my favorite, no one here, but it's serviceable. It does its job. It's really well. Okay, Slovakia. Max, Jason, Mai. Don't close your eyes. How the fuck did this get last place with 18 points? This is great. It's amazing. So I'm going to give this an A tier. Okay, 2G, Stay, Norway. This one was one of the favorites too. Well, not really a favorite, but the odds said it would be like a strong entry if he actually sang it well. I don't really think he would be at last place. So yeah, congratulations, Norway. You just earned yourself a place, the position of A place. Well, on the A tier. Wait a second. Yeah, it was Slovakia. I'm sorry. Okay, Bosnia-Herzegovina. The last entry of Bosnia-Herzegovina, well, at least as a consistently performing country. Do I think it's interesting? No, I do think it's kind of boring. I'm sorry, but I cannot just simply place countries based on sentimentality or feelings or that participation or whatnot. I'm going to place it at the C tier because, well, I don't really think it's that great, but at the same time, I cannot really place it worser because, well, it's actually not bad. It's just to me not that interesting. Next up, we've got the last country in the semifinal, Lithuania, Donny Mantel. A tier because the song itself is really catchy, he performs it really well, and he actually took third place in the semifinal with 104 points. So I cannot really do anything other than to like congratulate it because this was the beginning of a different trajectory for Lithuania, and I congratulate him for that. All right, now we're in the grand final. So I will be kicking off this by taking a look at the United Kingdom. Love will set you free. Yeah, this one is not bad. He performs it really well. It's sung. However, do I want to listen to it? No. So I will be placing it at a C tier. Next up, it's, let's see here, Hungary, Albania, Lithuania, Bosnia, France. Let's see, we got France, Echo, you and I. Do I like this entry? No. Do I think it's bad? Yes. Well, it's not really that bad, but you know, it's just one of these that kind of stands out, but doesn't really stand out in a good way. So yeah, France, you get a D tier. Italy, Out of Love. So yeah, this was like the continuation of Italy's good placements in the contest. I do like this entry, I really do. But do I think it's like breathtakingly amazing? Well, I will be giving this. I mean, you know, a B tier. I placed the B tiers at this where I'm not really like in love with it, but at the same time wouldn't mind listening to, I think. So yeah, the performance is great. She performs it well. By the way, this was at a time when there was random running order the last year. So that meant that we have France and Italy right after each other. That would never happen nowadays. I don't think. I don't think we actually have had two big five countries right after the other. That hasn't happened ever since, I don't think. So yeah, Italy, that's it. Okay, Azerbaijan, when the music dies. I actually did a joke once. Do you know when the contest ends? When the music dies? Okay, a B tier. No, wait, a D tier, because it's a generic forgettable ballad, which is... Okay, well, I'm gonna give it a C tier. It's not that great, but at the same time, it doesn't upset anyone, but neither does it give anybody feelings. It's kind of like an X Factor type of song, a ballad that's sung really well, but nothing to really be excited about. All right, next up is, whoa, it's Spain. Pastora Soler, Cuandate Conmigo. It took 10th place with 97 points. So yeah, you know what? Spain actually did hop on and off with the placement. They have been doing kind of poorly throughout the 2000s in the contest, but every once in a while they have been sneaking in, and this is like one of these entries that did. Now I will give it a. Let's see here. I'm hopping back and forth between a C and a D tier. Now, which ones? This one is going to be placed at a B tier because she performs the hell out of it. Germany, Roman Loeb, Standing Still. A tier. No, wait, B tier. Because I love this song. It's like a laid back, like TV show performance done really well. He conveys emotions. He has reasons we have reasons to feel like, yeah, this is like a slightly older, like slightly more gentleman performance. He want to grow back. Why not? And then we have, yeah, I do think these are all of the entries. Wait a second. Wait a second. I actually wait. Wait, what's this then? Okay, whoa, shit, Belgium. All right, I totally forgot about this. So it goes in D tier. Okay, so yeah, that is what I think about this. Iceland, Switzerland, Finland, Macedonia. What is that country? It's not Poland. Wait a second. Okay, I actually need to go back and check out. Yeah, Malta, Slovakia, Norway, and Lithuania in A tier. Greece, Moldova, Cyprus, Hungary, Ireland, Serbia, Ukraine, Bulgaria, Georgia, Turkey, Estonia, Italy, Spain, Germany in B tier. Albania, San Marino, Denmark, Austria, Netherlands, Portugal, Sweden, Bosnia-Herzegovina, United Kingdom, and Azerbaijan in C tier. Montenegro, Latvia, Moldova, Belarus, Croatia, France, and Belgium in D tier. And Israel, Slovakia, and Slovenia in F tier. So I think I'm pretty pleased with this. That's everything for this video. If you have your own tier list, then let me know down in the description, you guys. So that's everything I could give you. That's everything. Bye bye.